This Pick and Save is the only grocery store in our immediate area.
The Pick and Save on North 35th Street isn't just a store.
It is the only source of food that this community has access to.
It's a lifeline.
Devastating.
And soon, it will be gone.
It's going to be not only a financial burden, but a burden on the spirit and the stomach.
It's one of 5 Milwaukee area Pick and Saves shutting its doors.
It's hard to hear that such a prominent chain in Milwaukee is closing down so many stores.
Jessica Thompson is a part of the Milwaukee Food Council.
I think the solution would be to move towards a food system that doesn't rely on these big grocery chains for our daily needs.
Brittany Taylor lives a couple blocks away from this Pick and Save. It's where she gets everything she needs to feed her family.
It's leaving us high in the stomach.
Where is we gonna go? We're gonna have to go towards that way or all the way up that way or further that way.
The community got together to brainstorm.
Our community deserves a grocery store. That was the message at this emergency town hall Monday.
I thought it was convenient. That's why I moved over here close by it. Now they're taking it away.
We don't have a lot of grocery stores in black and brown neighborhoods. Metcalf Park is in the center of Milwaukee.
Our community deserves a grocery store.
The community members here outraged over the closure of the 35th and Meineke Pick and Save location. The store and pharmacy's last day, July 18th.
We deserve more than July 18th. We deserve more than that.
Folks are also talking about starting multiple co-op grocery stores because we don't just need one grocery store, we need multiple so that we can have healthy, safe, thriving communities.
Community members drafted action plans at the emergency town hall meeting with ideas like demanding the store stay open beyond July 18th and encouraging others to boycott the grocery chain.
Call for boycott starting on July 14th. Boycott all stores, every single store on the planet, or just groceries?
Boy. So once again, we got to talk about another story involving residents of a liberal city in so-called black and brown neighborhoods, upset, shocked, angry, protesting over the fact that a grocery store or a grocery chain has decided that, you know what, we're done. We're done trying to do business in your neighborhood. We can't operate profitably here. Therefore, we are leaving, okay? And these residents are upset. They're socialist, right? As you can see here. They're essentially calling for a boycott of this grocery store, Pick and Save, in order to show them that it's the wrong decision for them to leave, which in my opinion really makes no sense, considering how if you boycott them, if you don't shop at their store, then they're going to make less money, which will incentivize them not to stay, right? Which is the opposite of what you want. But then again, I don't expect socialists and communists to understand how businesses work or incentives when it comes to business. This is why they're socialists and communists because they're economic and business illiterates, right? So yeah, that's what we have here. And I want to talk about this story because this story is basically the same old story that we've seen time and time again in these crime-ridden liberal cities, right? These so-called black and brown neighborhoods where these grocery stores can't operate, okay? Which is that these grocery stores, even though they don't really want to admit it outright, they can't operate, they can't turn a profit because of rampant shoplifting and crime, which is why this grocery chain, which is doing a mass exodus, right? I mean, they're getting rid of like 5 stores in the city, right? They decided to get rid of self-checkout just last year. Take a look.
Yeah, Deanna, well, we went inside this store today and the self-checkout stations are gone, leaving some shoppers concerned about staffing and about long lines. A busy Pick and Save parking lot Thursday night as shoppers rush to grab groceries before heading home.
I'm not usually shopping for like a family, so I just have a couple things that I want to get.
But the change at checkout has some feeling frustrated.
It sucks that they're shutting it down.
Self-checkout machines nowhere to be found. Pick and Save confirms the company is getting rid of self-checkouts at some Wisconsin stores, saying in a statement, quote, "We anticipate this change will help us better serve our customers' needs." The retailer, one of several scaling back on self-checkouts recently, including Target and Dollar General. Some industry experts point to a drop in profits as a possible reason why.
This yielded quite a few challenges, but one of them is this funny little notion called partial shrink, which is when a shopper perhaps either accidentally or intentionally doesn't scan all of the items in their order. So some of the stuff goes out the door without having been paid for.
Some Pick and Save shoppers say they might switch where they shop.
So yeah, I might have to go to like Fresh Time or a different place.
It added like 10 minutes to my shopping trip that I'd rather have spent doing something else.
Others prefer to check in with an employee while they check out.
I had really a mixed experience with it. There weren't always people around to help if you ran into a problem, or there were people on their phones who were supposed to be helping you but didn't.
Emily, did Pick and Save say how many stores are impacted by this change?
We asked Pick and Save just how many stores are going to be impacted and if the change is permanent. We did not get a response.
Yeah, so I think that we can all come to a reasonable conclusion in regards to why they got rid of those self-checkouts is because people were stealing so much that they were like, you know what, we'd rather have somebody at the register, right? We'd rather just hire people than to allow people to continue to steal with self-checkout because that's exactly what thieves do, right? They don't scan their stuff at self-checkout. They just walk out of the door. Like, that is what happens. So now, again, these residents are so shocked and surprised by this that they're protesting, right? They're protesting, demanding that the store stay open, okay? And like I told you guys, there's some socialists that want to boycott the store in order to force it to stay open, which makes absolutely zero sense. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Neighbors are protesting the loss of a Milwaukee Pick and Save.
The business, it's closing several locations. Abril Preciado joining us live with a closer look at the community backlash now. It's been pretty strong, especially today.
We have been at this Pick and Save on North 35th Street, where we can already see that people have been showing up and seeing these wooden boards that are already covering the windows and doors. In the past, the companies, they're closing for the health of the business. Food security and accessibility are among the concerns for this group of people as wooden boards cover up windows and doors at the Pick and Save location on 35th in Milwaukee.
This is just heartbreaking that this is happening to our community again, over and over again. Like, this is not fair.
It broke my heart. Like, what is we gonna do? Like, this is the only big grocery store in the community.
In June, the company announced it would close 5 Pick and Save grocery stores in the Milwaukee area, including Glendale, South Milwaukee, and Oak Creek.
A person shouldn't have to leave their house, go all the way over yonder to go make some groceries when it could be one right here in the community.
You know what's so crazy about this to me is that people feel entitled to a grocery store. Well, I'm entitled to have a store right down the street. I shouldn't have to drive 10 miles, right? These people have clearly never lived in a rural area, okay? In rural America, driving, 10 miles to go to the grocery store is like a normal thing, right? I mean, it's not abnormal. But these people act like, their lives are ruined, right? Because the grocery store is not going to be, a 5-minute drive or a couple-minute drive away. It's very fascinating, okay? But again, this is what we call first world problems, right? That's what's basically going on here. But the reality is that, hey, really, you have nobody else to blame except yourself. You can't force this store or these stores to stay open if they can't turn a profit, right? You can't force them to stay in existence and to continue to lose money. Like, it's just not possible for them to do that. If you want a grocery store, then maybe, just maybe, you should be protesting and be mad about the theft and the environment that has led to the stores leaving in the first place, okay? Because we're going to talk a little bit more about some other stores that are opening up in Milwaukee and the people that they're catering to, and you're going to see the difference, right? Which is that it's not that stores can't operate profitably in Milwaukee. It's just they can't operate profitably in certain neighborhoods, and they don't want to cater to certain people anymore, right? That's what's really going on here.
Bishop Willie White says her family is feeling the toll. She feels the closure will force them to shop at more expensive corner stores and price them out altogether.
There is a real concern of what it means to have food security available to neighbors, throughout the whole city. I do believe and stand with the people behind me that food is a right, and we should have access to healthy food.
Food is a right. Food is a right. Again, first world problems. Food is a right. Only in America, people this entitled is fascinating. It really is. How these people have zero clue how the rest of the world works, right? Food is not a right. Healthcare is not a right. None of these things these people believe are right. They're not rights, okay? These are privileges. It is a privilege to have a grocery store down the street. It is a privilege to get healthcare. It is privilege to have housing. But see, what leftists do, what liberals do, is that they make people believe that you're entitled to these things that no human has been entitled to for all of history, right? throughout the history of human civilization, no human has been entitled to any of these things, okay? But now all of a sudden, these people want people to feel entitled to it, which means they don't actually have to have any responsibility or to put in any work to make sure that they have these things. They should just be handed these things. They should just be given these things, despite their own actions or own behaviors that may disincentivize or to make it harder for them to have these things. Like in this situation, in these neighborhoods, the rampant shoplifting and the crime, that probably is one of the main reasons why these stores are shutting down, okay? So, no, you're not entitled to any of these things these people always come around and claim that people have rights to, or that you have a right to this and that. It's not true.
Senator Dora Drake was present during the rally. She says she's working with local leaders to find a solution.
We can work together.
As doors officially closed, families are now left wondering where to go next.
Affordable food, food for our community, food for our families, food period. How are we going to survive?
A new future where we do not.
And we did company Kroger. We have not heard back. Earlier today, we did see some folks from the Hunger Task out here handing this flyer, telling people that they will be having a mobile food market out here in August. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Abril Preciado, Fox 6.
Turn into a place to ride your bike now as a kid. All right, Abril, thanks. This is not the only pick and save that is closing in Milwaukee, as Abril just reported. Take a look at your screen. Here's a look at the other pick and save locations all throughout the area that are shutting their doors.
Yeah, so they're basically closing all across Milwaukee. Now, what I find to be interesting is that you do have some stores that are opening in Milwaukee, not necessarily pick and save opening up, but you have other stores that are opening up in Milwaukee, but they're choosing to open up in the Asian neighborhoods, right? They want to target a different demographic in Milwaukee, a demographic that, probably is less likely to have issues with, shoplifting and stealing and things that this pick and save is dealing with. Take a look.
The largest Asian supermarket in the state of Wisconsin just opened its doors today in West Dallas. Pan Asia is at 70th and Greenfield Avenue. Customers say the store fills a much needed gap. Here's 12 News' Zoe Henry.
The doors opened at 9 a.m.
Well, there is a lot of stuff here.
And customers like Lincoln Fong could finally see the finished product of Wisconsin's first Pan Asia supermarket. Fong says he's been waiting his whole life to see something like this in Wisconsin.
Growing up in Milwaukee, we used to have to go to Chicago for stuff like this, but now it's in your backyard. The smaller ones, you wonder how fresh maybe. The older one, but this is all new and it's exciting.
Pan Asia offers 10,000 different specialty products.
I see everything I like here. Everything I need, noodles, meat, vegetables, everything, snacks.
Most items on the shelves are imported from several Southeast Asian countries.
So I think in everybody's mentality, Asian store just carry Chinese products, but we want to make it a one-stop shopping experience for people from across the world because we know America is a diverse community.
Goods from Korea, Japan, Thailand, and many others can be found on these shelves. Some customers say this store bridges a gap.
Do you have any other stores like this you shop at, or is this the one?
It's like the only one around here. I mean, if I have to go, then I have to go all the way down to Greenfield, which is a long way.
There's a lot of things here that you can't find at just like a regular grocery store. Like a lot of the things I've had to buy online. So it's great to not have to wait however long to get the things that I want.
In addition to groceries, Pan Asia also has a boba tea cafe with more than 10 flavors and a restaurant serving hot meals.
Yeah, so my point is this. Grocery stores will open up stores in neighborhoods that they feel like they can make money in, right? But in neighborhoods that they don't feel like they can make money in, they're going to leave. In this case, Pick and Save has decided that in certain neighborhoods, we're leaving, right? We're going, okay? We can't operate here profitably, and these residents can't be mad at anybody but themselves, right? If a store could operate profitably there, they would stay there, right? But because they can't operate profitably there, they're not going to stay. It's really that simple, okay? It's really that simple. So, you know, hey, you might have to drive an extra 5, 10, 15 minutes to a store, but it ain't going to kill you, right? It ain't going to be the end of the world. These people will be okay. They'll be all right. A lot of these people, I'm saying, they need to eat less anyways, right? They need less access to food anyways. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, I think that at the end of the day, it's going to be okay. And if they really, really, really want a grocery store, if they want to force a grocery store in the area, maybe they can all pool their money together and open up a socialist grocery store. And let's see how that works, right? It won't work. But, hey, you know, they can try. If they really want one that bad, they can pull their money together and open up a socialist store and, you know, go from there. But I doubt that they're going to do that. Regardless, again, my point is that if you want businesses to stay in your neighborhood, in your area, then you need to vote for politicians that are going to be tough on crime and that are going to stop this rampant theft and shoplifting that drives these grocery stores out of business. It's really that simple. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.